Hello, and welcome back to Lyre. We are, I don't know, still doing the investigating. We're still trying to figure this out. We still haven't left the cell. That's fine. That's fine. I hope the rest of the game takes place here. Wouldn't that be fun? He looks down at his paw, opening and clenching his fingers. Oh, whoops. Okay. Ignore that. It's fine. I know how to. I know which window I'm clicking. It's whatever. But fear gets the better of us. Sometimes it can control us and influence our actions. He looks out the window to our left with a conflicted expression on his face. Richter, do you know the reason why I blamed myself for the Queen's death? I. Why is he bringing this up? It's because you could have stopped it, right? Yes. He stares off into space for a moment before continuing. When I had my eye cut, I couldn't move. Blood was pouring into my eye, and I thought the worst, and I thought the worst had happened. A fear took over, and I froze up. He rubs his paw over his eye. My officer tried to shake me and get me up, but I lost my footing. I wasn't in the moment. Everything happened so fast, and I was so scared. These words echo down the corridor. He looks up at me. That haunted me for a long time, Richter. I even approached Raynor about it a few years ago, because of the pain. I asked him, how could I have been brave in that situation? He gave me some advice. He said, you can't be brave unless you are afraid. Along with, otherwise, you're just reckless. But that's besides the point. He gives a slight smile. And he's right. You have to stay brave. Fear can help with that. With that, he ends his speech. I guess I understand what you're saying. I aimlessly fiddle with the ring on my finger as I take it all in. I'll need to work on that. It's pretty good advice. He was full of good advice. Lyle says this with a sense of pride. You really admired him, didn't you? It was more than just your dedication as a king. I did. Ever since I started living here, he was like my second father. I was practically raised by him in my teen years. Please tell me you've had time to grieve. Not really. I have to focus on what's going on. It's what he wants me, what he would want me to do. He would be very proud of you, Lyle. He gives a slight smile. I hope so. And I'm gonna make him even more proud. I'm going to do everything in my power to get you out of here. Reiner may be dead, but I'm going to continue to follow through with the orders he gave me. I will assist you in any way I can. He stands and sticks a paw through the bars. I get up and take it in my own hand. I love you, Lyle. I love you too, Richter. I just hope we're doing the right thing. You know, by being together. What do you mean? Well, it's just that. I love you, Richter. But you said everything was moving too fast. And if you want to slow down, we can. I run my hand over his paw, feeling the pads beneath the gloves and running my fingers along his. Lyle, I wouldn't say this is from my experience, but I know one thing about this world. Love happens in all kinds of ways. Sometimes it's slow, other times it's fast. Sometimes it's between people who are similar, and sometimes it's between people who are very different. I say this as I run my hand across his cheek. You're very different from me. It's happening very fast, and it happened at a very chaotic time in our lives, but this is the only fast thing in my life that I'm enjoying. You're my light in the dark. He leans forward, pressing his snout through the bars and giving me a kiss on the forehead. You make me so happy, Richter. Next time I come down to visit you, I'm going to see about unlocking this door. Maybe I'll even get you better living arrangements, but I don't know if I have control over that. I'll definitely put you in one of the better cells, though. I appreciate everything you've done so far. He gives a slight bashful smile. Speaking of, I should probably be going. I have a lot to do, and can't be gone for long. Oh, yes. I'm sure our new king is just itching to give you orders. I say, this rolling my eyes. Actually, he's still the prince. Really? But he's the heir. He hasn't been crowned yet. Until then, as the king's head advisor, Liz is acting queen. Oh, so that's why she's been handling everything. Yes. This whole ordeal has put a heavy burden on her shoulders. Just give me a moment. I will readjust the audio slightly. There we go. It's even worse considering she just got back. She's handling it well, though. Responsibility is one of her strengths. He rubs a finger on one of the metal bars, collecting dust on the tip of his glove. What? Whoops. Before rubbing it off. Speaking of which, others might come down to talk to you. Ask questions and whatnot. I know you're smart, so play the situation to your strengths. Okay, I'll try. I won't ever let anyone hurt you. He takes my hand in his large paws and leans over to the bars, looking into my eyes. Not even the prince? Not even the prince. I'll tell him. Listen, you little wretch. He's mine. There's a moment of blissful silence as we just enjoy each other's presence before he has to leave. His forehead is pressed to mine and I feel warmth. It's like whenever he's around, nothing else matters. He pulls away, still holding my hand. I'll be back, love. I always will. He steps away slowly, is still trying to hold my hand. My fingertips slide off of his gloved paw, and he begins to walk away. I love you, Lyle. There's a pause as I hear him turn around. I love you too, Richter. I'm going to do my best to help you in any way I can. After that, I hear him walk off. The sound of his padded feet walked down the halls faded away with each step getting quieter. I feel more and more cold. I can hear him pass a guard on the way out of the corridor, but I can't make out what he says. The air and the weather begin to take over as I begin to feel weak. The sun is already beginning to set, and the temperature is dropping fast. I walk over to the bench and lie down on it, using the blanket as a sort of cushion. Small pains work their way throughout my body and up to my head, keeping me from worrying about how chilly it is down here. I probably should be asking Lyle if he could get someone to send Leaf down here. He probably doesn't want to see me right now, but I'm definitely in need of some medication. Something to ease the pain. At least until I figure out what's going on. I just hope that it's not anything lethal or anything that's with lasting effects. When did this even start? Only a few weeks ago, I think. To think that only a little over a month ago, I was back in Iron. My room was so comfortable, and I had my own tower in the castle, which overlooked the entire capital of the ocean beyond. I would watch the sunset over the horizon every evening while drinking the finest wine. The sun's golden light would bounce off of the tops of the roofs and cast a yellow glow onto the misty air above. It was a pampered life, much better than that of my childhood, but I wasn't very happy. I rest my head on the pillow and close my eyes, trying to think of something other than my situation or the pain of my body. Back then, every day was the same. I would work for hours every day, and then what? Sometimes I would just sit in my room, reading a book. Other times I would visit the local brothel and try to have a night full of pleasure. The nights were only full of temporary joy, though. Those men only took pleasure in my company because they were paid to. And at the end of the night, I was left empty-handed. What, empty? Wait. Feeling empty. Okay. It was a little over a year ago, and I was naive. And I still am. In spite of what's happened, I can't help but think being sent here was the best thing to happen to me. For the past month, Yeah, for the past month, life has felt like it's worth living. On the road here, I reminisced on the stories I heard and songs I heard of the lands beyond iron. It made things seem exciting and simple. The songs lie though. They tend to always do that. There is one thing that I can be correct in my judgment on, however. I've met a gallant knight who loves me for who I am, someone who doesn't want anything from me. All he wants is me, and I love him. But I can't fully rely on him to solve this predicament I'm in, as much as I wish I could. Um, I'll need to be able to find my own way out of this situation when the time comes. I need to play this smart. I lay there for what feels like a moment, a few more minutes, with my mind jumping between thoughts. The pain in my head isn't going away either, so the time passes faster and faster. In fact, it's getting worse. Having my eyes closed at this point just hurts, so I open them. The sun has set over the mountains, its rays shining into the sky above just barely visible. The moon is already high among the stars, and I watch as small flurries of snow drift in through the window. A moonlight refracts through the snow, making each piece sparkle and glitter like stars. They land in a puddle on the ground and melt into the rest of the muddy water. For some reason, this visual fills me with a sense of sadness. I consider covering up the barred window with a blanket to allow for a better sleep tonight, but I don't have anything to hang it up with. I don't even have the desire to sleep anymore. The last thing I need is to slowly lose my sanity in this cell after having more nightmares. No. Another sharp pain surges through my body like lightning, causing me to sit up. A violent image flashes across my vision. My heart is racing despite the cold. I can feel myself sweating. There it is again, standing up around another bolt of pain, causing me to panic. Something must be terribly wrong. I have to call for help. There should be a guard at the end. Am I finally getting through? Great heavens above! That took years! I stop in my tracks and my eyes widen. At first, I think that someone's outside my cell talking to me, but. Hello? There's no one there. The voice sounded as if it was echoing in my head. My body finishes tensing up, and I feel a chill run down my spine. Am I dreaming? No, this isn't a dream. There's just something about it that feels different. It feels strange. Another horrible shock of pain slithers throughout my nerves, this time causing me to collapse onto the bench, similar to last night. My vision is slowly fading, but so does everything else. The sound of wind, the smell of the musty cell. All of my senses have been shut down. Am I dying? Am I dead? No. I'm entirely sure that if I was dead, either something or nothing would have happened by now. Right now, I'm just floating. If this was the afterlife, being trapped alone with my thoughts would surely send me over the edge. I must be dreaming again. But nothing's happening. For the briefest moment, I feel something. I feel and think nothing. That is what that says. It's pure bliss. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Do I gotta press a button? I'll press a button. Suddenly, my vision is flooded with bright colors. A vortex spirals ahead of me, spinning rapidly and constantly changing. There are colors that I've never seen before. Wind blows in my face and causes my clothes and hair to flow behind me in a chaotic fashion. No, excuse me. What the hell is going on? Usually my dreams aren't this crazy. I look down at the ground and realize there isn't any, which causes me to fall to my knees in shock. Whatever I'm standing on seems like a thin sheet of glass, but it's too perfect to be anything like that. It's as smooth as silk and seems to run like water. A shimmering mist flies out from behind me, where my legs touch the ground. It's not unlike how a ship leaves a wake as it cuts through water. My hands press into the glass firmly as it feels cold, and it feels cold. It's not painful though, and no matter how hard I press my hand into it, they won't sink beneath the surface. I consider this a good thing though, because on the other side is a chasm of spiraling colors. I slowly get up and stand on my feet. The wind is howling in my ear, and there's a bright light up ahead. It's so bright that it hurts to look at. Along with the sound of the wind is echoing voices and noises. Some sounds that are similar, others that I've never heard of before. Bright embers that resemble stars float down from above and fly behind me at a high speed. I look behind me, and it's the same as at the front. An endless chasm of tints and tones, spinning like a whirlpool. Chills run down my back, causing me to physically shiver. This is beautiful, yet terrifying. Nobody is here from what I can tell. That doesn't stop me from calling out, though. Hello? My voice echoes down the tunnel, repeating everything back to me as if mocking me. Is anyone there? Again, nothing, but my own voice answers back with the same phrase. Amidst the mockery, there's another voice. You seem awfully calm. Usually, most spend their first few moments either throwing up or shouting into the void with terror. It's that voice again. Where are you? Over here. Oh, hello. I turn to face forward, and I have to strain my neck to look up. Before me stands a creature of large size, shrouded in bright flames. I alone would have to stand on Lyle's shoulders in order to be at eye level with him. Their fur is also shrouded in an unnatural dark shadow, completely unaffected by the blaze of flames behind them. Each tuft shines and refracts the light like a perfectly polished piece of flint, with teal sparks flying off. It's a mesmerizing and terrifying sight, and I sense a powerful energy coming off of it. 6 arms come out from their upper torso, each one looking different from the last. Not only that, but there's only 2 tails. Their teal eyes pierce into my soul, but have a soft look to them. Last thing I notice is the shimmering green crease running across their pectoral. Oh, okay. Along with the glowing crest of Tigran on their belly. This part never changes, though. Are you done staring? Their voice is masculine and strong, but has a mellow tone to it. It's not as threatening as their physical appearance. You'll have to forgive me. I'm finding it very hard not to... One of their sets of arms cross and... Oh, they have oh, I do see that, okay. Arms cross, and the other set place their paws firmly on their hips. You're not the first. All is forgiven. The sparks from the flames on their back fly by my face, but if any are landing on me, they certainly don't hurt. Am I dreaming? There's a dreadfully long pause before they answer. It's complicated, but no. This isn't a dream, Richter. You know me? Of course. I know a lot of things. Most of it is useless, but it has its moments. They talk a lot. Monk's like a child talking to an adult in a very fast manner. Am I dead? This time they answer immediately. No, you're not dead. Then what's going on? Oh, he is tall. Okay. The wind around us rushes faster, a changing current in an unpredictable way. The sound is loud, but not oppressive. A shimmering dust flies out from under their padded feet and blows past me like a sandstorm. Richter, I'm going to explain this in a way that is easy to understand, but it will be shocking. I somehow doubt you'll have too much trouble understanding this, though. Understanding what? That you are a very gifted person. What are they talking about? No, I'm not. What gift could I possibly have? Yes, you are. You might even consider it a curse. That depends on how you use it. Use what? They take a moment to answer, crossing a set of arms. Have you ever had dreams that seem real? Experiences that are not your own. They hold up a paw. Has there ever been a moment where you've been attacked by terrible headaches and sharp pain? Yes, once or twice, but a shiver runs up my body, and the legs I've been kneeling on begin to... He's kneeling? Okay. Oh, it does seem that way. Okay. Oh, wait. I've been kneeling on, begin to feel weak. Those are just nightmares. Coincidences. They point at me. Is that truly what you believe? Or is that what you want to believe? This question sits in my ear and blocks out the noise of everything else around me. They're right. These aren't just coincidences, and deep down, I've always known that. What is going on? You have an ability. You may not consider yourself a special person, but you have a very special ability, and I'm here to guide you through controlling it. You're going to tell me what this is? Since your birth, you've had the ability to see beyond the present. Those dreams you had were visions, Richter. Visions of the past from previous perspectives. What? That's not possible. It's... How could that even work? I think back to the horrible nightmare I had about Raynar. Was that? You've had this ability your whole life, but over time it has weakened. The potential for this power becomes weaker with each person who inherits it. The span of life that a mortal has been able to inherit it has increased to just above 100 years. Most of your race has likely forgotten about these individuals. You're only just now having clear visions, but you're not able to control them. That is why I am here. My head feels light and the feeling in my feet is completely gone. Who are you? You don't know who I am yet. This was expected. To your people, I am known as, and a name for many things. The Creator, the Supreme Being. I've even been referred to as a demon on more than one occasion. But I am simply the one who has built the foundation of this world. The one who guides everything, yet has no control. Tigran. A short pause follows around my outburst before he responds. Okay, I'm going to end the part here, everyone, so I'll see you around.